Shut the f up. Nuh-uh, dude, no way. I swear to God, I just felt something swimming around my feet. Nope. Nope. Get the fuck out.
I see you.
I see you. I see you.
Oh my God.
Oh! Oh! Yeah!
The most chilling Bigfoot encounters always begin with an eerie, unnatural silence deep in the woods. From fresh, three-fingered claw marks carved into pitch-black tunnel walls to terrifying double whoop responses echoing through the heavy rain. Are these researchers tracking a legend, or is it hunting them? On May 30th, 2026, the YouTuber known as Dead Appalachia traveled to the rural town of Lafayette, Georgia. He was not there to enjoy the landscape. He had come to challenge the old mountain rules and provoke the legends tied to the area. He describes the Green Inferno as a place where dense brush can swallow hikers without a trace. From there, he brings up the legends tied to these mountains. Bigfoot mimics wampus cats and the knot deer, before openly daring any of them to come after him.
In these hollers, there are some creatures that you may have heard of. The Dog Man, Bigfoot, but also others you may not have heard of, such as mimics. Evil little fuckers that use yours or other folks' voices to lure you off the trail before ganking you. Or the knot deer, a creature that at first glance looks like a deer, until you get closer and realize you're about to join the missing 411. Or the wampus cat, a Cherokee creature of legend, a giant six-legged mountain lion that uses mimicry to get at you.
Eventually he reaches the tag tunnel, a huge railroad passage covered in darkness. The tunnel is said to be connected to crawlers, underground creatures believed to lurk in places where sunlight never reaches. He steps into the freezing water inside, moving deeper into the black passage.
This whole thing right here used to be a railroad hundreds of years back. Or I guess this is a very, very long tunnel. So long that I swear I keep hearing things. It is so long that even during the day, you cannot see the back of it because it's so damn long and creepy.
The tunnel carries every sound back at him, including his own breathing. Then just a few feet behind him, a heavy splash breaks through the silence. Moments later, he feels something large move past his legs beneath the dirty water. Fear takes over, and he quickly scrambles toward the muddy bank, overwhelmed by the thought of something unseen touching him from below.
Oh God. Fuck was that? Oh shit, that sounded like something splashing in the fucking water. I don't see any ripples. Alright, just keep going and get the hell out of the water. Get the hell out of the water. I swear to God, I just felt something swimming around my feet. Nope. Nope. Get the fuck out. Oh, I did not fucking like that. I'm sorry for all the language this early into the video, but man, this is freaky deaky, dude.
Farther inside the stone walls, he finds something that looks unnatural. Three-fingered handprints, with sharp claw-like marks carved or pressed into the rock. The marks appear fresh against the wall, adding another unsettling detail to the tunnel.
I've been noticing here on the wall, look at these things. You see that? That is a handprint. That right there is a print of some sort with 1, 2, 3 fingers, little claws. Right there. Right.
Later back in the forest, he notices eye shine reflecting through the pine trees. He holds his bear mace while watching a dark shape move quietly through the thick vegetation. Whatever it is, the brush makes it almost impossible to see clearly, especially in a region where stories of Bigfoot and other mountain legends have been repeated for generations.
Something just moved over here. I guess we gotta go see what it could have been, huh? Hello? Big Stinky, is that you? It definitely came from this patch of woods right here. I would bring out my thermal, but it'd be useless. Look how thick the vegetation is. But I am currently holding my can of bear mace. If it's a cryptid that wants to rip out my intestine and play with it, I'm fine shooting it.
Exhausted, he eventually lies down on the wet ground to rest. Before sleeping, he sets his night vision camera to record the darkness, hoping something might step into view while he is asleep.
You know, you wouldn't think that sleeping on a wet, cold ground would be such a good sleep, but damn. If I did not have that alarm right there, I probably would have slept right through the night.
Maybe the tunnel made every sound feel closer, and maybe the marks had a simple explanation. But in old stone passages, echoes can distort distance, and dark water makes the mind imagine what it cannot see. So what do you think dead Appalachia walked into that night? Just fear and echoes, Bigfoot, or something else watching from the dark? Broken trees, strange voices, and something heavy moving nearby. What started as a search in the Ontario wilderness slowly turned into a reason to leave fast. On March 28, 2026, Angelo from Exploring with Angelo joined his friend Brad to investigate a remote stretch of wilderness in Ontario. The area was known for alleged Bigfoot encounters, and the two went in hoping to find signs connected to those reports. The rain had recently stopped, but before they even pushed deeper into the woods, an unfamiliar vehicle slowly moved along the nearby road. It seemed to follow them from a distance, almost as if someone was watching. Despite noticing a man carrying a flashlight, they kept going into the forest where the air felt strangely still and heavy.
Maybe it's a drug deal?
I don't know. That's weird, dude.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Now they're getting out. Okay.
I saw somebody out with a flashlight.
Yeah, I know, I saw them too. Are they going up to my car?
Yeah, they got out.
They went to my truck.
Did they?
Looked like it. Okay, hang on a second.
This is strange.
As we were like just talking about those other people, I'm gonna go check my truck real quick. Just in case. Oh, truck's okay. I don't understand though. I'm really confused. Sorry guys, I'm just waiting to make sure these people aren't up to like...
He's driving up somewhere now.
Yeah, now he's leaving. Well, now he sees us.
He's driving slow.
Yeah, he's watching us.
That is strange.
Very strange. Unless he was like checking his car, maybe he had like a flat tire or something.
Farther into the undergrowth, they discovered huge branches that had been snapped clean apart. The damage looked too extreme for an ordinary person to cause without tools or equipment. Then only moments later, the ground beneath them appeared to tremble, adding another uneasy detail to the area.
I think this tree just died, but I'm kind of looking to see if there's like evidence of
And the big thing you want to look for is that you don't want to see straight cuts.
Right.
You want to see it.
Obviously, it would have had to have been snapped, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And if you see things like, it could be bigger than this though. It could be a little bit thicker than that, and it'll be like a big teepee, and then you know that this is possible a Bigfoot nest.
So maybe something like this.
Yeah.
Angelo then turned on a spirit box, trying to get a sense of the energy around them. Through the static, a voice seemed to come through, claiming it had been watching the area for more than 600 years.
Oh, we got something. It said balance. Okay. Balance from...
Equipment.
Okay. Alright, well, if there's something out here...
I'm upset.
Why are you upset?
Balance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out here.
What is balanced?
Yeah, what are you referring to?
Suffering.
Okay.
Someone out here suffering?
The message only made the place feel more difficult to understand. Then a deep, primate-like groan rolled out from a nearby ravine. It did not sound like a bear or a coyote. Instead, it had the disturbing tone of something much larger, almost like a gorilla moving somewhere along the ridge.
There's lights down there. Is that the road? Or is that something else? What is that? Okay, now I'm definitely hearing something. Something moaning.
Low sounds can travel strangely through wooded slopes and ravines. Trees, uneven ground, and distance can bend or blur the direction of a noise, making it hard to know how close something really is. As Angelo and Brad continued, they came across what looked like a graveyard of trees. Several had been pulled from the ground, their roots still exposed. The scene gave the impression that the forest was not completely empty.
Brad had his camera rolling and he put it down because we were taking a break for a sec before we go to the other side. We heard something. Either something was thrown or something was running. The apple is still intact, so yeah, I figured I'd take a little smoke break, but yeah, it sounded heavy. It sounded like it had some girth to it.
Then a sharp whistle cut through the air. Moments later, a heavy thud followed as a rock slammed into the brush. Not wanting to wait and see if another one would come, the two quickly backed away and hurried toward the way out.
Something's out there. I'm trying to figure out, did it come from down there or like that direction? I heard it clear as day, I just don't know. Bigfoot? Whoa, shit! Okay, something was just thrown again.
Maybe the broken trees had a natural cause, and maybe the sounds were distorted by the forest. But when a groan comes from the ravine, a whistle cuts through the air and something heavy lands nearby. Leaving becomes the only smart choice. So what do you think was out there with them, an animal, a person, or something tied to the stories they were chasing? A tree knock, a whooping cry, and a dark shape moving between the trees. This investigation started as a search for a legend, but it quickly became something much harder to explain. On October 27, 2025, Wyatt and the Twin Paranormal crew hiked 3 miles into a remote stretch of wilderness in Washington. They were searching for a legend that, according to the stories, has always managed to stay out of sight.
Do you see that? You guys see that?
Dude, that's a straight man-made hut.
Go around.
What the? Dude, shut up.
I just accidentally saw that.
Oh, this is so dense, dude.
We're literally in the middle of explaining the plan, and we come across this man-made, creature-made, whatever-made hut. Do hunters use that? Why does it look like a witch hut? Like man-made. It looks like logs were stacked together.
It does. That's trippy.
At first, the forest suddenly became quiet as the team began knocking on trees. Then something answered. A loud crack boomed from the darkness, sounding far too powerful to be dismissed as a random falling branch.
That is? Yeah. No. Dude, that's terrifying.
We just started filming because we heard a very, very loud knock. We just started setting up and we heard that loud knock. I caught it on camera. Yeah, you did.
Dude.
Why? Do you hear noises like, whoo? Like that, or is it animal?
That's what they should sound like, yeah.
Bro, this is weird. What? There's something over there.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, dude, what the fuck is that?
Did it not sound like something was moving?
Yeah, it was like something broke.
Oh, breaking branches?
Yeah. Bigfoots are thought to be super territorial, right? So if you're wandering into their zone, that's when people get rocks thrown at them. You'll hear the knocking, the whooping. That's thought to be them communicating with others in the area, letting them know that something's weird. Probably us. I don't know if they're dangerous, but they'll scare the shit out of you and make it known they don't want you around.
Wyatt then lifted a megaphone and sent a whooping call across the gorge. But the sound that came back did not feel like an echo. The same eerie cry cut through the rain and seemed to respond from deep in the valley below.
So loud. That's crazy. That is so loud.
Now we just kind of sit and listen and see. Right now, we're fairly close to the Columbia River Gorge, which is literally the number 3 hotspot in the United States for Sasquatch encounters. Since winter is coming, they're naturally gonna migrate to somewhere.
Guys, did you hear that? I did.
The team eventually reached a clearing where massive trees had been broken apart, as if they were only small sticks. At the same time, 2 EMF meters began to spike, even though they were far from any obvious electrical source.
What? That sounded like a song.
EMF meter just spiked.
No.
Yeah, we're getting away from it. How? We are in the middle of nowhere. There's zero, like, power. It's spiking a lot. Wait, look at your surroundings, guys. Why is that going off? It can't be us.
Oh, no way.
Did you just hear that loud branch break? It just keeps going off.
That's crazy.
Then a thermal camera picked up a heat signature moving between the trees. A tall, dark shape appeared to separate from the forest and drift silently across the path.
Careful. Hello? I'm trying. I can't see anything. That's straight. I saw that, dude. That straight up looked like a shadow. It was just black.
No way.
Near the end, Ryan asked for one final sign, his voice shaking as the rain continued to fall. A loud, deliberate vocalization answered from the darkness.
That scared me, dude. I thought I was about to lose my mind.
Did you just... No way. If you guys are wondering, we just heard a voice right where I'm pointing. Shut the f up! Nuh-uh, dude, no way! Nuh-uh, dude. That's not real. What the fuck? Did I hear that right? Was that a double back?
Come on.
Was that a double back?
Please.
Seriously.
Please, fuck.
Dude, I heard that literally loud and clear.
No way, bro.
Do it again!
Dude, I heard it loud and clear with this fucking thing.
Holy shit.
The sound sent the team into panic and pushed them to flee by dawn. By then, they were convinced that something intelligent had been following their every move. In deep forest areas, loud calls and knocks can travel in strange ways. Trees, hills, and open gaps can bend the sound, making it hard to tell whether something is far away nearby or moving around you. Maybe the knocks and calls had a natural explanation, and maybe the thermal shape was only something caught at a strange angle. But when a sound answers back, meters spike, and a dark figure appears between the trees, the fear becomes hard to ignore. So what do you think was watching them in the Washington wilderness? Some forests are quiet in a way that feels normal. But when a team followed a stranger's coordinates into the remote woods, that silence began to feel like a warning. On October 20th, YouTuber Chris Beard and his team made their way deep into the Devil's Forest. They were following coordinates given to them by a local gas station worker who had warned them about old and disturbing secrets hidden among the tall pines. The air felt strangely motionless as they searched for an abandoned house rumored to be connected to ritual sacrifices. Every snapping branch around them seemed to feel less like a normal forest sound and more like a warning to turn back while they still could.
So right now, I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but we're literally kind of like a random trail. And we asked the guy who worked there about the Devil's Forest. We asked him for a spot, if he knew anywhere that weird things have happened. So the guy gave us like little coordinates. Like he looked up Google Maps, put the dot on the phone, gave it to us. He said that he used to come here when he was younger with his friends. Eventually he stopped coming here because of some weird things.
Well, they also said that there is a like abandoned house somewhere in the forest, and he said that it's relatively close to this area.
He said he's seen the house, he's been in the house. He said it's like 2 floors.
Do it now.
What we gotta do. See if anything happens, to throw a rock. We'll do it now. I don't know, guys.
Before long, they reached an unsettling, ritual-like area where trees appeared bent and twisted together in unnatural shapes. Even as the feeling of unease grew stronger, Chris continued forward, not knowing if something unseen was watching them from the woods.
They were gonna just like start a fire or something to hang out. They drove by this forest and they saw people in gowns, like pointy. He did seem a little crazy, like not to be mean or anything, but I don't know. What did you think? That was like, once he said that, I was like, all right, this guy might be a little far-fetched. The boy with the dragon tattoo, apparently. So. Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of weird. Hang on, right. So look at this.
Oh, wow. Intent.
Is there intention? Is there an intention to that?
Oh, the tree falling.
Hello?
Ghosties.
Very faint, like yelling. Like, hello?
There's just like a few seconds where the camera was going in and out of focus.
Is anybody out here?
Can you give us any sort of sign to let us know you're here?
Somebody's moving over there. Like right in that general direction.
Near the tree line, the group found a rusted car key and a postcard connected to a girl named Megan. Moments later, the spirit box began producing broken words like asleep and crashed, forming the suggestion of a tragic accident.
I swear to God. I hate when this shit happens because this is so fucking sus. There's literally a car key right here. I honestly don't want to touch any of this. I don't know what this is.
Can I press the alarm button?
Press it. Oh, could you imagine? Hit it. So when you talk, I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Drinker! Bro. Hold up.
This is not good. I don't like this at all.
I died in a car crash. Megan. Just around the corner. Embrace forgiveness. Drinker.
Then the silence broke. A frightening scream rang through the forest, followed almost instantly by the sharp crack of a gunshot that sounded dangerously close.
Chris, what is that?
What was that?
Bro, I'm about to have a heart attack. Bro, I'm about to have a fucking heart attack.
What was that? No, there's somebody out here.
Dude, I'm about to have a heart attack. What was that? Just look around. Look around with your flashlight.
Let's see if I see anything lit up or anything. Hello? We're armed.
Bro, was that an animal? Was that a...
Shut the fuck up.
That's a gunshot. That's a gunshot.
That was like right there.
That was right there.
The team then tried a Bigfoot call, but the forest seemed to answer with a powerful tree knock. The impact was strong enough to send vibrations through the ground. Soon after, a harsh mechanical shriek echoed around them, and the fear pushed the group into a hurried retreat.
Slowly, Chris, that was a knock. A very loud knock.
No, I'm not. That was one of the loudest knocks I've ever heard, ever.
Do it again! Kind of a psychopath.
You are a psychopath.
Oh. Okay.
I see you.
I see you.
Oh my god. That was a loud. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Might be like working with Bigfoots right now.
After taking shelter inside their van, they heard something heavy slam against the metal outside. Chris sat frozen, unable to move, as a faint whisper seemed to drift from the empty back seat, saying only one word: help.
Yo. I think there's someone outside the van.
What do you mean?
I think there's someone outside the van.
What do you mean? What?
Listen.
Where's the weapon?
I'll go grab it. Oh! Chris? Yo. Hold on. Yo.
What's going on? Hello?
Intense wood sound can twist through trees and uneven ground, making it hard to know where it came from. But with a scream, a gunshot, a tree knock, and a whisper all happening in one night, the fear was not easy to dismiss. So what do you think followed them into the Devil's Forest? Uploaded on January 4th, 2025, this video from the Half-Inch Wrench crew follows another Bigfoot search in the woods. The channel is focused on hunting for Bigfoot, and in many of their videos they move through the forest without finding anything unusual or seeing clear signs of activity. But in this particular video, they recorded something that may have suggested they were finally looking in the right place.
Boom. New accessory. I just put these in, and they don't work. In the last episode, we used scooters, and yeah, that didn't work out.
The video begins with the creator showing the vehicle he plans to take on the trip. It is part of the setup before the group heads into the forest for the night.
This thing just chugs along, don't it? Oh shit.
You're kidding me. Oh no! What happened? What the fuck happened?
What do you mean?
I don't know, something. What?
Did it die?
Yeah.
It won't start?
Got nothing. Pop the hood.
After they arrive in the woods, the engine suddenly shuts off. The situation quickly becomes tense as they start to panic, especially after hearing something nearby.
Oh shit.
Did you fall out?
Yeah. Okay. Something's whistling.
What?
Something's whistling.
Oh my god. I'm freaking out right now.
I'm out of focus.
Where the hell's the damn hood popper?
Oh no.
Ooh, that's what it was, thank God. Just the terminal.
Just terminal.
If it happens again, we're rolling backwards out of here.
Yeah, over there.
I'm hoping the camera caught it.
They eventually figure out what went wrong and manage to get the vehicle running again. After that, the next stretch is mostly uneventful, so the video moves ahead to the part that matters most.
Head gaskets go.
Why is that hillside so lit up?
While filming the trees, nothing obvious can be seen or heard except cars passing on the road nearby. But then in the darkness, a figure walks across the camera's view. They do not notice it while they are there. It is only later, while editing the footage, that they realize something had passed through the frame. Dark footage makes distance and shape hard to judge, especially when there are no clear sounds like footsteps or snapping twigs. Maybe it was just someone moving quietly near the road, or maybe the camera caught something harder to explain. Either way, if it does not prove Bigfoot, it still leaves one question: what crossed the frame without anyone noticing? This old forest video from Big Q looks reckless at first, but the real disturbing detail is not the fire. It is the figure no one noticed until later, the kind of shape some viewers might connect to Bigfoot stories. Uploaded on May 18, 2008, the video shows a group of teenagers hanging out in the woods. They had built a campfire and were looking at bottles of alcohol when they came up with a dangerous idea, putting one of the bottles into the flames to see what would happen. It was already a reckless thing to do, especially in a wooded area. But somehow that is not the most unsettling part of the footage.
No, it shoots up.
Okay, put it in, my phone's almost dead.
It's hot, perfect though. Hopefully I'm loosening it too much. It'll take a minute. It'll start.
Fire better not go out.
No! Don't you dare do that.
Suck, is it just leaking out the bottom?
Yeah.
Dang.
The top probably. It's going. Got the
Oh, it
sleeves?
hasn't blown up yet, has it?
No.
Did you put the lid on? Oh!
Yeah!
While the boys focus on the fire and wait for a reaction, something else appears in the background. Behind the flames, a figure can be seen standing up and walking away. None of them seem to notice it in the moment. Throwing objects into a campfire can turn dangerous fast, especially in the woods where sparks can spread before anyone reacts. But the strangest part is not just the fire. It is the figure standing behind it, unnoticed by everyone there. Maybe it was only another person nearby. Maybe it was something viewers would call Bigfoot, or maybe something had been watching from the dark. So what do you think was behind the flames that night? Uploaded on April 5th, 2023, this video begins with Fowl Mitten, a YouTuber known for hunting, fishing, and other outdoor adventures. His videos usually stay far away from anything creepy or paranormal, but this one was different. In the description, he explains that strange creatures had been terrorizing their home. They did not know what the creatures were, but one thing seemed clear: they did not appear friendly.
They're all over the damn place again tonight. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking towards it. Might actually get to capture something here. Son of a bitch. Alright, whatever you are, you need to leave. Stay out of this place. This is our home.
At one point, he warned the creature to leave, but it did not react. When it stayed there without backing away, he decided to load his gun.
This is our home. You need to leave. You leave now. I don't think it's going to come around for a little bit.
After giving a few more warnings, he fired the gun and the creature finally ran off. But the question remained: what was it? At first glance, it looked somewhat human, and some viewers might connect that kind of shadowy figure to Bigfoot stories. But something about it still felt wrong. When something ignores warnings, stands near a home, and its eyes shine back from the dark, it is hard to dismiss completely. So what do you think Fowl Mitten saw that night? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.